If you have played any competitive Pokemon lately, you 100% without doubt have seen Urshifu, more specifically, Urshifu Rapid Strike, or the one that goes. And when fighting against or with Urshifu, the thought of, dang, this guy is OP, has come to mind. But the question is Urshifu too OP? I mean, everyone online seems to think so, and the usage shows that Urshifu is the second most used Pokemon. So, let's take a look and see if Urshifu might need a nerf, or even a ban. Okay, let's start with looking at Urshifu's base stats and looking at this boy. Yeah, those stats are really good. Both Urshifus have the same stats, with them having a whopping 130 attack, which is enough to 1 to 2 shot most meta-relevant threats. The Urshifus also have really good HP and defense, both being 100, which is pretty bulky. But looking at the rest of the Urshifu stats, they're not too good, having a special defense of 60, which could be more favorable, and a speed of 97, which sounds good, but looking at the meta, it's too slow to outspeed the most relevant threats, and too fast to be used in Trick Room. Because of this, there's only a few ways for an Urshifu to go first consistently. Tailwind. You know what this does, doubles the speed of the user Pokemon for 4 turns. Tailwind can easily be set up by Tornadoes, which can also set up Rain Dance, by the way, which increases Urshifu Rapid Strike's damage, while also lowering the user's speed with Bleaking Storm. I hate Tornadoes. Or the Urshifus can increase their speed with a Choice Scarf, locking them into a move, and being able to outspeed other Urshifus if they both have Tailwind active. But okay, even though these stats are really good, it's not even better than most Legendary or Paradox Pokemon, so what makes everyone complain about the Urshifus? Well, for everyone who plays or watches competitive Pokemon, you know what I'm going to talk about next, or the 2 things I'm going to talk about next.
Does it have imposter? It feels like I'm clairvoyant, but in reality, I just understand the lowest hanging fruit of jokes.
Let's start with the Urshifu's ability, Unseen Fist. This ability is busted. Let me read it. If the Pokemon uses moves that make direct contact, it can attack the target even if the target protects itself. This means having Protect on a Pokemon is basically a wasted move slot. You know how many times I forgot about this ability and was like, okay, if I Protect, I can be good next turn, just have Urshifu completely destroy me? Now, this is totally a skill issue on my part, but getting rid of Protect is so overpowered. This makes it so you can't set up your turn, or will even lose a Pokemon for trying to do so. Next, let's talk about the Urshifu's moves. Looking at both Urshifus, they actually have a huge move pool with many moves to choose from, but this really doesn't matter, because if you see an Urshifu, you know exactly what's to be running. Protect, Close Combat, Ogja and Surging Strikes for Rapid Strike, Sucker Punch and Wicked Blow for Single Strike. Now, Protect is self-explanatory. Lets Urshifu maybe survive a turn so its partner takes out the threatening opposing Pokemon, or stalls out the opposing team's beneficial effects like Tailwind, unless fighting another Urshifu. Close Combat. A really powerful stab fighting move with the drawback of lowering the user's defense and special defense. It's a perfect move for Urshifu. Aqua Jet and Sucker Punch. They're priority moves, being there to finish off opposing Pokemon in low HP. Aqua Jet being a weak move that always goes first, and Sucker Punch being a stronger priority move with a drawback of only being usable if the target's attacking. I know I said low HP, but I mean, have you been hit by a terror single strike Urshifu Sucker Punch? Those things hurt, my god. Urshifus also run U-turn while holding a choice item, but I rarely see those, but if curious, just switch Urshifu while getting a bit of damage in. Okay, on to the next segment. What? Wait, I'm forgetting something?
Is this how you get your sick kicks? What? It's just an ordinary crabby... Oh my goodness! Squidward!
Now, if the Urshifus couldn't be any more busted, we have Surging Strikes and Wicked Blow. A move that has 100% accuracy that goes through Protect because of Urshifu's ability and that always crits. I don't know what Game Freak was thinking making this Pokemon, but yeah, this move is really good and is one of the main reasons Urshifu is really good. I mean, always crits. Intimidate. Who? Iron Defense. What? The Surging Strike version also has the pleasure to just completely ignore Focus Dash. Now, why is Urshifu doing so well this generation? I mean, looking at Sword and Shield, Urshifu's usage for Series 12 was super low, being around 3% for Urshifu Rapid Strike and 2% for Urshifu Single Strike. So what caused this sudden spike in Urshifu usage? Let's first take a look at the meta-relevant Pokemon in Sword and Shield, or a meta-relevant Pokemon, Zacian. You guys remember Zacian, right? Oh boy, can't wait for him to return in Scarlet and Violet. Remember how busted this dog was? This guy right here is one of the main reasons Urshifu couldn't flourish in Sword and Shield. He just walled out Urshifu. And literally any other Pokemon opposing him. So of course, with Zacian not being allowed in Scarlet and Violet yet, Urshifu would do a lot better in the format. Okay, and guys, I know dex cuts kinda suck, but it does strangely bring more variation into Pokemon, which is weird, because you technically are more limited in your choices. So please, enjoy the limited competitive Pokemon while you can, because hell is coming, or is even here by the time the video is out. Another reason Urshifu didn't do so great in Sword and Shield is because of the game's gimmick, Dynamaxing. For those of you that are somehow unaware of Dynamaxing, it's where your Pokemon gets really big and gets the bonus of having the secondary effects on all their moves, while also doubling their HP. And if a Pokemon was lucky enough, they would get a Gigantamax form, and an exclusive secondary move which can make or break the Pokemon. Now, a Pokemon doubling their HP would have it so the Pokemon who might have died from Urshifu's attack can now suddenly live it, and maybe even knock out the Urshifu. But don't you worry, Urshifu got Gigantamax form, and that can help knock out, oh, yeah. So, these are just some of the main reasons Urshifu couldn't thrive in Sword and Shield. But looking at Scarlet and Violet, Urshifu's eating good with no Dynamaxing, and with the new gimmick of Terra types. With Terras, Urshifu can now get extra stab on his attacks to have a more likely chance of getting the knockout, or when Zacian does eventually make a Scarlet and Violet, he'll be able to Terra into a type that can resist Zacian. Now, should the Urshifus be banned? I don't believe so. Now I hear you probably saying, all you've talked about so far is how OP Urshifu is, and well, that is true. There is one thing we haven't looked at, the Pokemon around Urshifu, which if intentional or not can kind of just wall out Urshifu sometimes. More specifically, can wall out Urshifu Rapid Strike, which is used a lot more than Urshifu Single Strike. I mean, look at these Pokemon. Fluttermane, a super fast fairy ghost type that hits like a truck, and can one-shot Urshifu with Urshifu's only defense around Fluttermane being getting Tailwinded, Protecting, or wasting its Terra. Amoonguss, a bulky grass poison type that resists both water and fighting, being able to keep its teammates alive, that being with Rage Powder, being basically a protect that works on Urshifu or Spore, making Urshifu fall asleep for at least a turn, letting opposing Pokemon get the knockout or setup. Now, these Pokemon all can also help Urshifu, especially with Tornadus. I mean, Rain Dance and Tailwind. Tornadus, you're actually making this game unplayable, but I believe these Pokemon are enough to keep him in check and make him not too overpowered. Plus, I believe once more Pokemon are allowed in competitive, and with more time to learn how to fight against him, we will see less Urshifus in the future. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing, and thank you for watching.